Punters and dribblers, welcome back to another episode of About Even. I think I screamed that one maybe a little too loud. I'm still trying to find my range after a big but responsible weekend. Sebo also joining me. This is About Even, as I said, the number one sports betting show in the world, brought to you by our good friends at Neds. Shout out to Neds for their support, as always. We've got the About Even group on the Neds app, which is always popping off. In fact, I think it might be like the biggest group they've ever assembled on the Neds app.
Correct.
Secret passcode is Dribbler. So get in there, join us. Eddie, Seb, Rando not here yet. We're recording this a little bit early. That may have been him arriving in the background. I'm not sure. I did hear a door close. How are we?
I'm good. Terrific.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a little bounced, but like not terribly, but I've had a good weekend of, Meg, Olympus has fallen, London's fallen.
Oh, you went through all the fallen.
Jared Butler action stuff to kind of...
No one's done a fallen movie like Jared Butler.
The Fallens are great.
Isn't he?
No, but like...
Well, he's a fallen sort of guy.
No, but
if something's fallen and a job needs doing, he's the man.
I'm the like connoisseur of like 90s action, and as soon as the 90s were over, action just lost itself. But Fallen is the closest thing we've got where like the good thing about 90s action, especially things like Cliffhanger, like the baddies are fucking bad. Like they kill people. It's not just like the threat of killing people. No. And in Fallen, like basically, it's like, I don't know, body count might be 200 plus in each one. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it racks up quite the BC.
You want your baddies to kill people. That just is what it is. Rando, welcome. You've slid in just in time.
Perfect timing as always, boys.
I wish Tobler cut to you earlier because your hair, which is always looking beautiful.
Thank you.
It was looking disheveled as fuck, but then he just does one and it looked beautiful again.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a rough week last week. I copped it last time from all my mates, especially my mum, my biggest follower, who said that I look like an absolute mess last morning. When we did that 4 a.m. in the morning, stuff.
Well, you weren't the only one.
Now, do you wash your hair?
Yeah, I do.
What do you use? What's your go-to?
Not an ad, but Garnier. Garnier shampoo,
Fructus?
Conditioner. Yes.
Can I tell you something?
About shampoo?
Yep.
You know it's a complete and utter hoax. It's big shampoo's got the fucking most of the population, except for those that are woken up, people that are aware of the Matrix, Tom and I.
Wake up, sheeple.
I'm now
Wake
awake.
up, sheeple. Mate, it robs you. Basically what it does, shampoo, I'll give you a lesson. It strips the hair of its natural oils. Now, why are the natural oils there, you might ask? They're there to do a job, okay? The nut trucker of oils, you could call them. They keep the hair clean. They keep it doing its thing.
They keep it looking shiny and beautiful.
Odor-free.
Trust me.
Look at Tom's hair.
Wait for my hair to grow out because it's short right now, but I'm bringing back a bit of a bouffant. You just watch that thing not get washed, and then you'll look at it and you'll be like, holy fuck, am I on mushrooms? That thing is like dancing in the afternoon.
You want to touch yourself. Can I also let you know a little secret? And this isn't proven, and you could say that this is all hearsay, but it's my belief. Number one causer of balding in the nation is shampoo.
Yep.
That's not what happened to me.
No, some of it's genetic.
Yours isn't the number one cause.
I'm Greek, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't.
As soon as you
I've
go over there, there's
seen Achilles.
There's no such thing
balding.
as middle age over in modern Greece. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's got a six pack. Turn 24, and then there's no like 24 to 45.
No.
It just goes 24 to 46.
Like if you look back at old photos of Sebo, and this will be a short show, I promise you. If you go back and look at the old photos of Sebo, he was cut to shit with one of the great manes of hair of all time.
Insert mane here.
Insert photo of Sebo's hair here.
Yeah, I'll have to go dig through like Facebook for that.
It'd be you're sitting on your desk.
Dig through. We'll find that very quickly. But you know what? Look, nature took its course.
Yep. I'm happy,
Certain members.
But were you a shampoo guy?
No, but like,
were you a shampoo guy?
I was probably like not often, but yeah, I definitely
your old man's
used
a
it.
hairdresser though. So like
Well, that's the beauty of it all. It's like I grew up my whole life with my dad being a hairdresser. Every time he saw me, he'd have to be fixing my hair and just like a beautiful, like poetic justice. I of course lose mine. You know what I mean? Like that's how shit works out for me in my life anyway. And it's like I kind of like it.
Maybe
it's annoying.
His fault though. You're like, hey, dude, now you're happy now. You've touched it up so many fucking times, it's gone.
I was a big gel guy though, wax.
Yeah, I was a gel guy and a wax guy.
I was a black and gold home brand wax guy, or not wax, hair gel. To the point where you could probably have snapped my hair in half.
I'm wondering whether I'm going to enter a
ramp
Conor McGregor v Donald Cerrone era where I just get around with like slick back brill cream hair, like I'm a fucking
Eureka brill.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going to get like what are those? What's that? The chicks that dress in that certain.
Oh, the The like ones that everyone gets tattoos of.
Yes.
Fucking rockabilly?
Rockabilly.
Yeah.
I'm going to become a rocker who start wearing like just overalls and shit.
Streety does a bit of brill sometimes, doesn't he? Or like
Streety reeks of brill.
He went through a brill. He tried to do a bit of brill and then he shaved it all off.
Right.
Brill's a big day, man. You sweat that shit.
Yeah, but he's Street's either shaved or brill. There's no in between for Streety.
Because if you don't brill his hair... Anyway.
Listen, short show.
Accountability.
Here we go. Now, the weekly leaderboard. We'll start there. Thomas William George Birmingham has a good week. He had a good week, the big fella. Jagged a couple of big, thick Australian bets.
Well, like, I mean, obviously, again, it's
big
another
puppy
Hall
stuff,
of Fame.
sheriff stuff.
A Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a Hall of Famer.
3 from 10 bets, 6.58 units in the clear. Sebo 2 from 10 minus 1.83. I actually thought that Sebo got 2 tries. He didn't. So you did fall into the red.
Yeah, the Sevo one. I was watching it, and as I said, it was my secondary thing I was watching. I was watching London Has Fallen, and then I've just pulled it up on my phone, and I see Sevo crash over, and I just shut the thing. Then only today, when I start editing the highlights video, I've done the whole thing. I've done the screen grabs and everything, and then all of a sudden, I just realised as I was editing it together, I'm like, wait, it got called back?
He couldn't find his second try.
Yeah.
You know, you also robbed me in that video. I get it because I didn't say it on the show because we had to do some audibles because Cody Walker was out, but I actually got...
Yeah, well, how am I meant to edit that?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you just fucking asked me. I'll just send a video in. Anyway, just finished that leaderboard off there, Edward.
I was third. Listen, did Croker's Comet cost me dearly? Yeah, it did. In a big, big way. 1 from 10 minus 8.5.
We should have seen that coming. We got hopped up on the emotion.
We did.
We'll get back. No,
Canberra suck.
All right.
Lippy, none from 9. Awful, minus 9.43. Pritchard's cousin, Pritchard's brother, Pritchard himself. Who cares? He was shit house. Sebo's still the only bloke in the green. No surprises there. 6.28. But clinging to green.
Clinging to green
like you're clinging to your hair, if you know what I mean.
I've been levitating at round 6 for ages. I'm not clinging. I'm levitating.
Oh, you're clinging.
I've been there for ages. Been there for weeks.
Listen, you cling wrap, mate. Straight up cling wrap. I'm slipping big time. Minus 25.36. Awful stuff from me. I've had a shocking couple of weeks. I'm putting my hand up. I'm being honest. I'm being raw. I'm being vulnerable. Shit. Lippy, minus 42.38. Tom, minus 46.09. He's having a bit of a crack.
Trail. Look at me on the comeback
Listen,
trail.
Lippies, you all talk shit. You all think that you're holier than thou. Thank you, Tom. 12 from 138 bets, 8.69%.
Yep.
That is awful.
Yep.
Awful.
It is. And I used to be on their side until you start seeing them surface on comments going like, great highlights reel and all that stuff. And it's like, we give you the shot to show you if you can actually punt, and none of them can.
None of you can. Oh, yeah, fucking this thing bet was a...
You're all...
The ones I'd see what they do as well. And, like, there's obviously the ones that go, this aged well, which we've been over. Yeah. And now it's almost, like, lame to say this aged well. But the ones who come back after the game, like, you've put your nuts on the line, you've put the bet out there, they've made no comment about it. And then the bet doesn't hit, and they're like, well, this was a fucking shit bet. You're like, where the fuck were you 3 days ago, you fat loser? You were nowhere to be seen, and now you're here fucking having a crack at me. Now...
And the point of lipping up like that is to put your money where your mouth is. That's the point of the lippy. And I'm here to tell you, you all fucking stink. The lot of you.
Yeah. Poo. Now, obviously, the
Pure
leaderboard
poo.
would suggest I'm behind you, which obviously doesn't...
Yeah, but you've had one of the worst seasons all time.
And my percentage is still above him. My bet
Titans,
percentage.
28 defeat Tigers, 12. Tom, great bet.
Now,
AJ...
No, hold on. I mean...
Are you going to walk it through it?
Well, it was a great video that was made by Seb to exemplify it. It went big on TikTok, which is always cool. But $22.42 for AJ, Jaden Campbell, and Buller is absurd odds.
Yeah.
They were absurd odds.
They were absurd odds.
And before I let you keep going on, I just will insert on the live stream, I got AJ first time scorer. I'm not trying to say it's part of this. All I'm trying to say is there's a bond there. There's a bond there.
Well, why didn't you put him fucking first try scorer?
He didn't even put him in his bet.
Because I was trying to let him fly. But
yeah, but that's stupid, right? It's stupid.
Well, that made no sense.
22.42.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Thank you so
well
much.
done. Stafford Tell let me down. AJ Brimson does score. Seb didn't have him. Is he a true fan? I'll let the punter and the driller decide. Warriors 36 defeat Raiders 14. A lot of red on the screen, punters and dribblers. Why? Because we believed in Croker's Comet.
Stupid.
The astrophysicist got it wrong. It actually never showed up. Croker was nowhere to be seen. The Raiders got absolutely humped, which is probably if I'm a Hollywood writer, if I'm writing the script of last round, if I'm writing a script largely about the Raiders, obviously I'm writing in
And
that they
Croker.
lose. Obviously, I'm writing in that they lose in questionable circumstances the grand final against the Roosters. Obviously, I write that in. Obviously, I write in Ricky blow-ups every week. But I also write in them getting humped near to death in Croker's 300.
But I think that's also the Croker story and Jared Croker, an ornament to Canberra Raiders Rugby League, but he is the player that has never gone on to the next level greatness. Didn't win that premiership. Doesn't play representative footy. Great player. He won't break the game's point scoring record, which people thought he might have had a chance at some point. Of course, he gets fucking humped to death in his 300th game.
He's a nut trucker playing at centre.
Yep.
And Raiders are like Gil from The Simpsons. Same as that's what the city's like. No offense, Canberra, but it's just like I love the Raiders and I love the fact they're Gil, but like this is what happens to Gil, right?
Yeah.
When there's a sold out Croker's Comet fucking event down there that you got all the rugby league nerds going down and checking it out, like they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. Like
it was always, and also like the emotion of it all. Ricky was like, "Fucking, in hindsight, I didn't even care that we lost. Like, I would have done it again." They were all so jacked on emotion, and Ricky, being such an emotional guy, was always going to get him way too emotional.
Yeah, way too emotional. Croker crying on the way out of the
Crying
tunnel.
on the way out of the field, which I get. It was lovely.
But too much. So literally with the power of hindsight, I look at my triple staked Croker bet and I cringe. Awful stuff from me. Appalling.
I'm stoked with that.
Seagulls 58 defeat Dolphins 18. Hamole, bro, where you at?
Tuapolotu, where you at?
No, but the story here, at least for Seb and I, is where you at, Hamole. I go Manly 13 plus because I'm made of the right stuff. I put Turbo 2 plus in there, I get rugby league, and then Hamole goes missing on me. I love Hamole, huge fan of his rugby league work, but he does go missing here. And at $17.69, I'm gonna come out and say it, bad beat.
Fucking bad beat. Shut the fuck up.
I reckon on a 50 plus
bad beat.
He didn't go close.
If he didn't
did
get
not
a try
go close.
score, it's a
no,
bad
we've had
beat.
this
It's a bad
conversation,
beat.
you fucking loser.
It's a bad beat.
Who gives a shit?
It's
He
a
didn't go
50
close.
pluser.
He didn't go close. Well, then
It's a bad
Tuapolotu is a bad beat. I've got a
No,
bad
it's
beat
not.
for two of them.
No.
You're a
Two
fucking,
missing by
He's
two.
a winger.
No. You can't miss
Shut
by
the
two.
fuck
You
up.
can't miss
Everyone
by
in our
two.
back line got 2 tries except for Tuapolotu.
Everyone
Didn't get
agrees
one.
with me. Everyone agrees with
No
me.
one
Bad
agrees
beat.
with you.
Bad beat. 17.69 would have been the bet of the round. Bad beat.
It wouldn't have been the better of the
Yeah,
round.
it would have
well,
been.
it wouldn't have had a 22-42 the night before.
Because I had a bloke scoring 2 tries in there. It means more. It means
No.
more.
Mine was a smart bet. Yours was not.
Dragons 36 defeat Raider. Rabbitohs 30. Tom has Ilias.
Well, let's explain this, right?
But I'm also.
Well, you got to explain it first. So we actually had all our bets on, and then Cook went out, and within the group that allows us. Sorry, Cody Walker. That allows us then to put in new bets. It basically just wipes your bets. You start again. Breadcrumb bet. We mentioned Ilias last week when we were talking about the Croker's Comet, and there was some fucking Greek comet that was coming
Adonis
around.
comet or
Adonis,
something,
and I was like,
yeah.
that'd be better for Ilias. And then everyone was like, well, you're a fucking idiot. It makes no sense, which it didn't. But then when we got a chance to re-look at our Souths bet, I went Ilias anytime at 560. Smart
I'll give you that.
breadcrumb
It is
betting.
a bread because like breadcrumbs are there, but they're
It
not
is a
super
breadcrumb bet.
obvious. Like I also watched Usual Suspects on the yesterday or whenever it was, and breadcrumb betting. It's like it can't be super obvious. So when Tom says Adonis, Comet, Ilias, it's like maybe that sounds dumb, but maybe that's part of the mystery, and you've got to figure it out.
Yeah.
That is the power of the breadcrumb.
I figured out my own breadcrumb.
Well, Ilias hits. So you've got to say on the face of it, breadcrumb's real thing.
But you were about to what? You were about to say that wasn't a real thing. It sounded like you were about to shit on it. You're about to rob me, try and rob me of my breadcrumb bread. Is that what you?
When?
It just sounded like that's where you were going.
No,
but then you
but
obviously heard the weight of
PTSD.
support behind
That's
it.
PTSD.
And you were just changing your tune.
That's
No,
PTSD.
Okay, good.
No, listen.
Was
It's
I
called,
hearing
it's,
things?
called, it's called PTSD.
Okay, cool.
Because
Cool.
usually I shit on you because usually
yeah.
you deserve it.
Yeah, you're right. No,
Because you're a
I
fat
shouldn't
loser.
too, but if you get
because you're a
something
fat
that
loser,
makes-
and that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, that's fine, dude.
That's
Look,
fine.
I thought you were maybe going to try and rob me of it. But that's
Of course not.
Respect
I
to
had
you.
Cook and Graham. I look at this bet now and I go, why is Cook in there? Cook doesn't score tries. Silly bet.
Yep.
Silly bet. Seb, too high on his fucking South. Are you a South fan this year? I can't work it out.
Yeah.
Is it Penrith or South this year?
Ha 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 ha.
Which is it? Clear it up for us.
Whatever you think, that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Lippy nowhere. Lippy got no bets this week. None. So shout out to the Lippy. Broncos 24 defeat Knights 20.
Tough game.
Dommy goes over, and I've gone, great. The boys have wrapped up early. Let's bring in the hot boys and let's romp. Walsh, nah. Ricky, nah. Stags, nah. Broncos 13 plus, nah.
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 A lot of nuts.
I tell you what, like, but punting and this point, it's like you're in the perfect storm or some shit. Like any sort of origin, buy around anything, it's just fucking hard. So if you can get any sort of wins,
Yeah.
like
You take 'em.
You take them because
Like
it
a
is
22-42 bet.
Yeah, no, and you take it, but it is tough. Like there's a lot of red on the board, which shouldn't be red.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, it shouldn't be red.
It shouldn't be.
Well, exactly right. Walsh and Ricky score if it's not fucking buy around rugby
Yeah.
league. I know there wasn't a buy last week, but you
But
know
pretty
what.
Well,
much, it's that
basically-
It's in the state of origin, period.
Someone had to have a bye last
Don't
week.
nickel and dime.
The literal way the
Correct.
whole competition
It's
set
a great
up.
point. Listen, there's three
was
parts.
buy around rugby
there's
league.
3 parts of the rugby league season. Well, 4 parts if you include the finals: pre-origin, origin, post-origin, middle of origin, origin period. It's a fucking free for all, punters and dribblers. Simple as that. Panthers 30 defeat Roosters 6. I had Panthers and Critter. $3.09. It doesn't blow the socks off people, but it's a fucking win. I was just trying to channel a bit of Sebo, like Sebo doing well, Sebo, not Sebo of...
Current day Sebo.
Yeah, that's right.
positive, Sebo.
Well, and Sebo's actual next bet was bigger than yours.
Sebo, unders 39.5, Critter. I just mean like Sebo... I was going to go and say Sebo of past seasons fame, like when he was down to like minus 60 units, that guy. I don't want to be him. I want to be the guy that gets these bets. The two-legger. King of the two-legger this season. Just bang.
Hey, two-legged Sebo.
Two-leg Sebo.
I'll take 2 leggers, easy. Like that's how you stay positive. Take the 2 legs when they're on offer. Like go big when you don't know what's going on or you're bullish. But 2 leggers, I got under 39 in Critter, easiest bet because I said Roosters don't score points, which they didn't. I didn't think Penrith would score 30, but it's still unders. Critter was he first try scorer?
I think so. I think he was.
He
Yeah.
was his first.
5.28. You take that every goddamn day of the week.
Tupo 2 plus from Tom. Looking
dumb.
weird now.
No, but I said that. I did say it.
No, you did.
I said it at the time. It was fucking
weird.
stupid. I even said it to I can't remember who I was having a conversation with on the weekend, and I told him he watched About Even though, and I told him I went 2.2 plus, and he was like, he just started like laughing in my face.
On the weekend.
Yeah, on the weekend.
Well, like Listo
I
or
think
someone?
no.
It is probably one of the
But I
dumbest
just
bets
remember
this season.
it's a fucking dumb
Like
bet.
Roosters-
I reckon genuinely.
That might be the dumbest bet of the year.
Genuinely, can someone find me a worse bet than that?
That's an awful bet.
So the side that scored the
Credit
least...
to me though. Credit to me for acknowledging it. That takes
I
a
know.
huge man.
It does, but
Huge.
But the team that scored the least amount of points in the rugby league.
Worst attacking team in the competition.
That's right. And you've got
Against
2
the best
2 plus.
defensive.
And he's
you
been
pick
out
someone
for
who's
fucking
2
12
plus.
weeks. Yeah. Huge bet.
Storm 54 defeat Sharks A 10. Riddle me this. Munster and Meaney don't score. 54
this is
rugby
a
league
bad bet.
points.
Yeah.
Nick Meaney, who does score fucking tries. Nah. Munster, who scores a shitload of them. Nah.
Katoa as well.
Well, Katoa. Well, which
But in a
Katoa did you have?
50. In
You had the Sharks Katoa?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I had the
Shark-
Storm Katoa.
Did you? No. But again, when you're missing out by 1 try scorer in a 50-pluser, it's a bad beat. That's just the way it is.
No.
It's just the way it is.
No, not true. If they go close, then yes. But if they don't, then no, because that's just bullshit. At least when it suits me. Do we move on, Edward?
We do move on. Eels defeat the Bulldogs 34-12. Mitch Moses I think if you go back and check the tapes, fame, scores.
Offside.
He wasn't offside.
No, he was offside.
No, he wasn't.
Went a bit early.
I don't think he went early.
Pinch early.
He didn't put it down anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Great point.
That would have been
but
even
that's
funnier.
but the ref blew the whistle. Rubbish. Listen, that's a humongously bad beat.
No, well, he was offside, so it doesn't really matter.
Stevo 2+ is a bad beat.
That is a bad beat, especially when it wasn't a no try, in my opinion.
Yeah, whatever. Tom Unders, nah. Adokar, nah.
Pensini,
and
yes.
Pensini, yes.
Bad beat, though, for me. With Adokar,
and the
not
Lippy
getting
picked a
also.
bloke. Not
Well, Lippy,
playing.
yeah. Sorry, silly Lippy.
10 to 10,000. I got to be honest. I'm going to put my hand up. I've been bad. I've been really bad lately, and I just need to be honest.
Yep.
I need to admit, I've got to stand up and say I'm almost like at an AA.
I'm Eddie. And
Hi, I'm
shit.
Eddie, and I'm really struggling in the 10 to 10,000. I've got a problem.
Well, but a responsible problem that isn't one that is.
No, my problem is I can't pick a winner.
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
boys.
That's all his problem is. That's all his problem.
I'm putting nothing on it, but I've got a problem in picking winners for the boys and the punter and the dribbler. And that's, listen, it's something I'm going to work on. I've gone internal, and I think this week I'm going to be great.
Yeah, yeah.
Cubbo scores for Tom. DWZ scores for Sebo. I had Katoa. Sharks were nowhere. Poor old Nico gets dropped off the back of the performance. You got to feel for that cunt.
Nah, poor old Nico.
Talk about just
Fed to the wolves.
feeding a poor prick to the wolves. As he's the best player in the comp last 18 months. Has one bad game.
He had one bad tackle.
And not-
he played for fucking 8 minutes.
No. So one bad tackle into
and
one
then-
bad
yeah,
game,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
not wanted now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
You got to question some of the decisions. Fuck me, Dad. Anyway,
Happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong.
Happy to be wrong.
Happy
but
to be wrong. I'd
listen,
love to be wrong, but
This reeks of a sack.
Scapegoat.
It reeks of a sacking. Unit scooper headgear bet. It was bold. It wasn't so beautiful, but you got 2 from 5.
He got all of them but Croker.
Oh, Ponga as
Ponga
well.
scored, Tyler scored, you
Tyler
scored,
score?
Burton scored.
Tyler didn't score.
Yeah, he did.
do you fucking... How many units am I down from your work? I got 4 from 5, you fucking piece of shit.
Mate, you would have got a 200 to 1 bet if Croker scored. I think you deserve that because you, Eddie, triple staked it and you said, I hope that he doesn't score. And then what's happened? You missed out on a 200 to 1 bet because of that.
So you actually did far better than I even thought. And it was all
I had
because
no idea either. I didn't even look at
and
it.
it's all because you
Slut-shamed
me.
Yeah, I slut-shamed you, dude. I fucking slut-shamed you.
you slut-shamed.
Shit, 200. It's all right. I'm getting close.
That's
That's
your-
all right.
Could you imagine if you hit that headgear bet? But you didn't.
Well, Dave would have actually been very fucking... He would have been spinning his little dick around.
Yeah.
His idea.
well.
I could have picked someone other than Croker. Did any other headgearers score in that game?
Crichton, yeah.
Yeah, I meant in that the camera
Listen, the headgear bet was off the back of Croker because it was his 300.
Yeah, it was.
It all
Quick
centered around him. I had the box of faves, hit 5 from 8. Sebo, Croker, AKP, Cobbo, AJ, Cody, 1 from 4.
I would have got a bet refund for that. So just add 10 at
I
a
know.
unit. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Lippy, 3 from 6 doesn't hit. We've gone through the leaderboard. That's the fucking accountability.
What's up? Let's fucking do it. All right, the first game, punters, dribblers. Before I get into it, actually, we've got obviously every game of NRL, 5 games this week, Bye Round Footy, Bye Round Rugby League, 10 to 10,000, Randos Hot Boys, Unit Scoopers, also Randos Bet of the Week. I'm out of order here. We've got a Lippy dribbler, Mitchell Tabone. He's Italian, I think. He's also a friend of the show from Drum and Golf DY.
Yeah, he owns the Drummond up in DY, and he likes to look after,
Punters,
dribblers, hackers, whatever. So if you are a golfer and you're in the Northern Beaches area and you want 10% off whatever's up there, go in there and just say our name, breaking the ips, about even. He'll know what it means. So, yeah, he's come on because we've got the PGA, and he fancies himself that he thinks he can pick a bit of golf.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Mitchell Tabone. Go to DY, Drum and Golf. Say you're a punter and dribbler. Say breaking the yips. Say about even. Say Manly 13 plus. He'll fucking get it.
He's a
our
para
Lippy
fan,
dribbler.
though.
He's a para fan?
Yep.
Fuck him. He's not the Lippy dribbler. He's off the show. That is Mitchell Tabone, DY, Drum and Golf. Now, First game, Cowboys-Panthers, Queensland Country Bank. Cowboys are $2.45, Panthers $1.55. The line is 4.5 points. The over-under 41.5 points. Remember this week, punters and dribblers, that it's origin affected. Remember that. Rando, what's up?
First of all, for the whole weekend, it will be dry conditions, so don't have to worry about rain at any point. In Townsville, it'll be 22 degrees for this one. As you mentioned, the Panthers, they're missing their main halves. They had that 6 times last year, in which they won 4 games and lost 2 games. However, to keep in mind, 5 of those 6 games, the opposition covered a 12.5 plus 12.5 start. The Cowboys, they've only lost by 13 plus points twice at home in 8 games this year and have a 100% record as the home underdog in 2023. They also get back Jason Taumalolo as well, which will be a big in for them in the middle. With the half changes, I'd advise steering clear of any Panthers scorers, but with the Cowboys' spine roughly intact besides Robson, you can be certain that they go for that right edge where they've been really successful. They've scored, in fact, the right winger has scored 8 tries in the last 4 games for the Cowboys, with the Panthers' left edge still being the same left edge with Tungo and Taruva. They're leaking 31% of Penrith tries, which is the most. So looking at Kyle Felt here, who comes back into the side.
Beautiful.
Kyle Felt.
Felty's back. I'm just going to get mine out of the way here because there's very little to it. It's honestly just that mine, like the 4.5 points. Oh, Taumalolo's back. Cool. He's going to be a little underdone. He's probably a little bit tired. He's going to be blowing in that humid North Queensland environment. So I'm triple staking Panthers minus 4.5. They've still got some fucking players in that side. Go look at the team. Go look at it. I also put the bet on forgetting that there weren't any Origin players. So Panthers minus 4.5.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I was aware that we were playing Bye Round Origin affected rugby league football punters and dribblers. I knew that. But I've got Panthers, Edwards and Hosking here. I'm looking at this bet and I'm not feeling anything at all. I'm feeling nothing. Absolutely nothing. As if I was to go and take a bite of a beautiful cheeseburger, a quarter pounder from Macca's, right? Which I love. Right?
Not a sponsor, by the way.
They're not a sponsor, but I'm a big fan of their work. I don't eat them all the time, but when I do, I know I'm alive. It's as if I eat that and there's no taste at all. Now I know there's something up. Now I know something's amiss. Now I know I'm either sick or I'm on the way out. Okay? Now I've got to do something about that. I get on the blower to the fucking ambulance and I go, come pick me up. I've got to be admitted. Now, if I am to look at this bet, I need to therefore deduct that there's something amiss. Now, Randos sitting over there, he's fixed his hair, he's looking good.
I'm not following.
Has given me, he's given me a bet that I'm going to take up and I'm going to go hard at it because I was robbed of the opportunity a couple of weeks ago. I'm triple staking Kyle Felt because that was my dream 2 weeks ago. That was my dream and it was taken away from me because he didn't play. I'm going to come back in. Kyle Felt, triple staked. I feel great about this bet. Now I can taste again. Follow me, gentlemen. It made no sense, but does it make sense?
It didn't. It didn't make sense. I think it was a roundabout way of saying Kyle Felt. Now, I also don't remember if Rando provided any stats that allowed it, but I mean, whatever.
What did he say at the end? Oh, you're not listening again?
I forgot.
No, you weren't listening again. That's fine.
The Cowboys' right winger has scored 8 tries in the last 4 games. Penrith's worst edge is
okay.
that one.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that sounds like a Kyle Felt fucking triple staker.
Lock it
Not
in.
bad, Eddie.
Yeah, now we're all tasting.
225 because the odds are in now.
They are.
Yeah, I'll put it in for you. Look, I don't have as an exciting bet. I'm kind of worried about like the Cows because I love to hate the Cows and I love the Cows going like shit. Mainly because our mate Halves goes for the Cows. But
He's my friend as well, dude.
well, I said my mate. Our
you
mate.
started off.
So I'm just gonna put my olive branch out once to the Cows here and give them 4.5 points. I want them to actually go well. And Dearden, he's an Origin player, but he's not in the team anymore. But Dearden goes over, not a lot, but a bit. And then
Dearden's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Tread carefully.
Yeah.
how many tries Dearden scored this year?
I think he's only scored twice this year.
Twice this year? Okay, man, that's
I've
good.
been
Less
on
than I
Dearden
originally
before.
thought. Yeah, I thought it might be like 3 or 4.
Not heaps, but sometimes.
And then unders because I think Penrith like correct me if I'm wrong, but Bye Round Footy, especially if you're going up against like a weakened Penrith, but they're still Penrith, it's like it leads to unders. That's just my vibe there. So those three things, Cows, +4.5, did under 41.5, 10.76.
I'd love to know how many, well, you may even be able to tell us, Rando, but it's a quick show, so I don't need to waste your time. But how many times Penrith go unders just generally?
Yeah, like, because
they seem to be an unders team.
But they let in, on average, 2 tries a game? So it's basically like, are they going to put 30 on this team? That's basically the question.
Yeah.
And then in this bet, I don't think they will, mate. I don't know.
58% of their games in the last 5 years have gone under.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, but it's not nothing.
But especially Bye Round, I reckon it goes under even more when they lose their bloody Clearys, low.
Yeah, it's about it's actually higher than during round 1 to 10 and round 19 to 26. It's actually last 2 seasons 63%.
Has gone over.
In Bye Round?
Have gone over.
Oh,
in the Bye Round.
There you
That
go. So
origin
your bet's
period
done.
around 11 to 18.
You are mixing these things up again. Like
No. I made sure. I was thinking about it when I was delivering it that I get this one right.
Now, Mitchell Tabane of drum and golf fame, Panthers halftime, full-time, Dilly, Bags, Edwards, anytime, 5.52. It doesn't tickle my pubic hairs at all.
I don't like it.
It's not for me.
I don't like it.
It's not for me.
Listen, mate, you're doing a great service to the punter and the dribbler, but it doesn't mean you can punt.
Doesn't mean you can punt. We move on. Knights v Roosters, McDonald Jones Stadium. Knights favourite, $1.52. Roosters, $2.50. The line is 5.5. The over under 44.5 points. Rando, what do you got for us?
Historically, the Roosters have a great record against Newcastle, winning 11 of their last 13 head-to-head. But with the current circumstances that they're facing, they have struggled as the away underdog, winning only 2 of their last 10 games. They also haven't won without Tedesco since 2021.
Holy
the
shit.
Knights have won 4 of their last 5 at home, winning by 10 plus in those 4 games. And the only game they lost by a point to Penrith. So they've been pretty strong at home. For try scorers, though, the Knights are conceding a lot of tries to right wingers, and the Roosters' right edge has produced the most tries for them this season. With Manu at fullback, the right winger for the Roosters has scored in each of the last 6 games. So look at Junior Pauga here for a try.
Fuck that, really. Those stats fuck me up. I'm going to throw to Eddie first. Eddie,
You can't go with the Roosters. They don't score points. They're fucking awful. Robbo can't coach. Stay away. Just stay away. I'm going with something that I feel really good about, a Dommy double. Dommy Young can play rugby league, ladies and gentlemen. We know it to be true. Lightning fast, moves well, evades defenders, scores tries, rugby league tries at that. And I just think for $4.10 to get a Dommy in double wrap up, baby. I mean,
safety first.
what's safer than a Dommy double?
Yeah, it's a safety first bet.
What's safer than that?
A mixed pack, like a rib, a glow, a banana.
Hey, listen,
We got a box of them in there.
We can start glow in the dark, baby. We can start flavoured and get ribbed. You know what I mean? Like, let's double
You
this
should be
bitch
getting
up.
that bucket of Dommies in the cupboard every time you do a Dommy bet.
Yeah, and putting them on. But listen. We're going to start flavoured and we're going to go ribbed. Okay, that's the order of service. Dommy double $4.10.
I've never got the flavoured, and that's just a personal thing. It's not, I just have never got it. Obviously, I've never sucked on one either. So
You don't know. I mean, I can see you getting addicted to flavoured Dommies,
But what's the point of it?
I can see you getting
Who's
addicted to
sucking
flavoured.
a fucking condom dick? I don't understand it.
Mate, I'm telling you right now that I think it's something you could get into.
It doesn't but you're like I don't understand the methodology behind it, right? You put them on after that's
I'm with you.
done.
I don't get it.
You put it on after that stuff's done. That's the foreplay.
Listen.
That's the hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, but people maybe anti-load. You might be
not
quick to
saying bring it to completion, Eddie. What I'm saying
you might be quick to pop up, Tom.
Well, that's true. Sebo, what are you doing?
Something Toddler would use.
Look, these odds are a little bit smaller than I thought they would be before I put the bet on, but I didn't have the odds when I chose the bet, but I'm sticking with it.
No, it's a great bet.
I'm just going Knights win. The Roosters suck. Knights win. Knights nearly beat Penrith on the weekend, so Knights win. Ponga anytime. Ponga's in a bit of form. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder with the Origin stuff. It's $2.92, but maybe it's one of my 2-leg classics. I don't know. I'm just sticking with that. I'm bullish that it happens. I just don't love the odds.
Yep. I, after hearing Rando's stats there about Roosters on the road without Tedesco, all that shit, I completely changed my bet. I had Roosters into Manu at 6.02. I've now just gone Manu Ponga. Manu at fullback, golden boot winner. Kalen finding his feet. Fullback bet, 1v1. I think it happened last week. Did Reece score last week?
No.
Didn't happen last week. Reece never scores and I'm on him.
Tedesco and Dill Edwards, though, both scored.
So I like a Manu Ponga at 6.25. What's our Lippy doing?
Lippy's got Knights for the win. Dom in Manu, $8. Not a bad bet. It's okay. Not
bad.
I don't hate
bad.
it. I don't hate it. Bit better from the.
That's probably the
bloke
best
with
out of all of them, to be honest. I reckon.
The best out of all of them.
Take the win out. Take the win out.
Tell you the best bet, Dommy 2+.
Yeah, but he's taken one of every of our bets. So Tom's got Manu, you've got Dom.
But he's got the result.
Yeah.
The result's
the best bet's Dommy 2+. That's the best bet.
I don't know. We move on. We've got Manly v. the Eels. We're going to be out at that game, Edward and myself, catching high balls pre-game with the rugby league guru, Timmy Williams at SC Playbook fame, and maybe Matty the Waterboy, I think, is going to be out there.
Well, I don't know if he's catching. But
he's not catching, but he will be out there for that game. The Eels favourites, $1.60, Manly $2.30. Hot, horny value for the Manly Seagulls. The line 4.5 points, over under 42.5 points. Rando.
Plenty of players missing for this one in key positions. First of all, for Parramatta, this will be the second time in the last 4 seasons that they're missing Moses and Brown. The only other time was round 25, 2021, where they lost to the Panthers 40-6, but also rested their whole side. Ryan Madison slots into 5'8". He hasn't played there since 2019 either. He has a 33% win record, winning 3 games of the 9 he's played. That 33% win record is the same record that the Manly Seagulls have without Tom Trbojevic since 2019. So I really cannot pick a winner here. What does look good, though, is the overs. In the last 5 seasons, 82% of the matches between Manly and Parramatta have gone over. 89% of Parramatta's games against teams ranked between 5th and 8th have gone over the total points, and 60% of all their games in the last 5 seasons for Parramatta has gone over as well. So it does scream overs here at 42.5. For try scorers, Dijon Arcee and Andrew Davey were the 2 contributors to the Eels' tries on the weekend. Guess who runs right at them? It's Big Hamoli. He scored a double against Para last time, so he does look good here.
Okay. All right. Andrew Davey, also a former Manly player of some note. Edward, what are you doing?
Listen, I think that the Seagulls, the greatest club in all of the land.
Can you make a bird sound for us, an eagle sound?
No. I don't know what sound they make.
Come on, you.
No, you're setting me up to take the piss, and it's beneath you. It's beneath you, mate. You're better than that. Okay? You're better than that. Now, Manly, we know, win games of rugby league. And the team we hate the most in the comp is the Parramatta Eels. I don't have the stats to hand, Tom. I don't have them in front of me. But if I'm to go off vibe, I think that we absolutely hump the fucking shit out of the Eels every time we play them. I know that we beat them this season. I know that's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
And although we've got troops missing, we've got troops filling in, if you know what I mean. Now, Jake Arthur, don't you think he's going to want to get one over the fucking club that booed him?
Yeah, or his old man as well.
In a grand final? Fuck the lot of ya. You're all dogs. How about this? I think Jake goes out and has a game. I haven't included him in my bets, but I think that he lays a foundation for us to succeed. Now, Manly at 2.30 is ridiculous. They should be $1.05, $1.06, something like that. They go in. Stubby Cooler Canacola playing outside his boy Joshy Schuster, rather. He scores a try, $7.05. Not bad value for a 2-legger.
I think Manly Cooler 7.05 is delicious odds, Edward.
Look, what you had a bet before, $2 fucking what, 90?
Knights in a Ponga.
I've got a 2-legger here. Cooler outside of Josh Schuster, his buddy.
Cooler scored 2 last week.
$7.05.
Yeah, look, I'll give you that. That's good odds. That's good, especially for a back.
Good odds.
Yeah.
Fucking bit better than that, mate. Great odds.
I'm also on Manly. I've gone for like a spiritual goodwill, happy endings bet. This is a real happy endings situation. So I've obviously got Manly to win. If you put Manly in to win and you also believe in happy endings, Jake Arthur scores and you get $11.44. It's not one where you go, wow, that's a fucking... It's not my Jareem Buller bet of last week, which was 22.42. I can't remember. Hall of Famer. This is just good juju. It's
There is
good,
no Hall of
honest,
Fame, by the way.
happy ending bet. Manly, Jake Arthur, 11.44.
Not bad. Look, I'm going Garrick. He scored a hat trick or even more? Hat trick, yep.
3 tries.
He's a golfer as well.
30 points.
So I got that good vibe from him. The main part of my bet that I like here is in Bye Round Footy. Like, you are a little bit lost. It's like being overseas or like somewhere just like the Goldie. You don't really know anyone. You're trying to figure it
Overseas or the Goldie?
Well, like, somewhere different. Somewhere out of your natural habitat. And I've just got this...
overseas or the Goldie. The Goldie. Mate.
What? I'm talking about where you don't know anyone. I don't know anyone in the Goldie and I don't know anyone overseas. But I'm just saying that's what this is. And I'm thinking around like... And when I'm thinking about being one of those like shitty clubs where I'm not really knowing anyone, there's like music going on, and I'm like, oh, this is really not me. I can imagine Brycey C being at one of those clubs, and I can be like, hey, Bryce, like
you bump into Bryce.
I bump into Bryce, and I'm like,
and he makes everything better.
Yeah. It's like, right. Give me some of those like glow in the dark necklaces, and this techno song's epic. Like Brycey C, let's have some fun. Okay. And so Garrick and Brycey C, $8.02. I just feel if you're gonna wrangle a Brycey C, not many people go to wrangling him, but like Origin mid-season buy round shit, that's when you Brycey sees that they really do bad.
I reckon I've probably wrangled a Brycey before.
You reckon you've wrangled everyone?
I was just waiting for your reaction. Lippy has gone Garrick, Kepi anytime at 18.21, a Drummond bet.
They're both ambassadors for DY Drummond.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't hate it then. I don't hate a Drummond bet. I might even have a look at it at 18.21. Kepi doesn't score all the time, but he does score.
Yeah, but he has a crack.
He's scored tries before.
He's definitely scored tries before. He also has a crack.
Rugby league tries. We move on into the good night, and we've got the Tigers v the Storm, Campbelltown Sports Stadium, an unmissable stadium for rugby league fans. $2.75 the Tigers, $1.46 the Storm. 6.5 points is the line, over under 42.5 points. Rando, what's up?
The Tigers, they haven't beaten the Storm since 2018. And the Storm, they've won all 4 games against West at Campbelltown. The Tigers, they have lost their last 7 games at Campbelltown as the underdog, with the favourite covering in 5 of the last 7 games. Storm off a 50-point humping. I know they're missing Munster and Grant, but I reckon they do cover the line, especially at -6.5. You've got to take that, especially when you consider that out of the 233 points the Tigers have scored this year, they have only scored 22 when Api Coruscant is not on the field. For try scorers, you got to go Nick Meaney here. He's scored 6 tries in his last 6 games against the Tigers, scoring in 5 of those 6 games. The fullback has scored the most tries against the Tigers and scored in 3 of the last 4 games against them in particular. So that's the go.
Perfect. Well, while these two start trying to make a bet that looks a little bit like mine,
frantically changing my bet.
I had Storm win. Look, I was tempted to the Tigers too, but then you remember Brooks is out, Appy's out.
I forgot Brooks is out.
And you're like,
Appy
okay,
is
that's
out.
like fuck anything to do with the Tigers. Storm win, take it clean. Meaney had him in there because he's owed one. Buller, because I just want a bit of an Oliver twist from Thomas Bet last week. And Jerome Hughes, like, what better guy to pick when it's just going to be buy around all over the shop? Like, the Tigers are going to be so unorganised. I don't even know who's playing for him, but I know who's not playing for him. So those things all come off 22-27.
Eddie, what are you doing?
Listen, I hear Rando. I hear what he's saying. I see his mouth moving, right? But all I can think is that there isn't a stranger game ever conceived by man than rugby league. Like it spits out strange results week after week after week after week after week. And I'm feeling like there might be something strange about this result. I've gone Tigers 13 plus. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. Awful. But is it awful?
No, it is. You've done this before.
This is worse than Daniel 2.2 plus.
Or is this about
This is worse than
right?
any of my fucking
Or
bets.
is this about right? Because every now and then a fixture comes along that spits out a weird result and you go, how the fuck did that happen? How in God's name did the Tigers at home beat the Storm 13 plus?
No.
Belief. I've got Buller. I've got North Aluma, 23-41. Fuck it.
Yep, sounds like it. Eddie's an idiot, and that's something that we're all learning, very quickly here. I have changed my bet, though, because I was also an idiot. I forgot that Brooks was out. I did remember Appy was out, but I was just sort of high on my own supply and like the bit of an afterglow of Tigers shit. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. But Randos stats have helped me see the light. I've gone Storm -6.5, which is now painfully obvious. And then I'm going to no Faluma, Meany anytime, 9.47. That's a good bet. That's just a smart. That's like, let's take the fucking. The only thing that might happen is that the Tigers scored no points. That's the only danger. 9.47. We put it in. Bing, bang, boom. Eddie's an idiot. Tigers 13 plus. Buller, Norfolk. Not even a Storm try scorer. What a fuckwit. What an absolute idiot. What's Lippy doing?
Storm halftime, full-time Hughes, 4.56.
You embarrassed?
No.
You embarrassed?
No, I'm actually not. Because I know that you could say that about fucking any single result in the NRL. Often, every week. There's always an embarrassing result. Like, if you go through...
You know you've done it before, though. You had Tigers beating Broncos.
You don't hit it all the time, baby. You don't hit it all the time. That wasn't bye round. That was fucking week 5 or something dumb. This is bye round rugby league. Weird things happen. Bye round, it cannot be trusted. Like, you spit out these facts as if it's regular season footy. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
We move on.
Round the twist stuff, baby. Strange things happen when you go around the twist. And this is round the twist rugby league. This is living in a fucking lighthouse with your weird family rugby league. That's what this round is, bro. This is round the twist rugby league.
Well, that bet is very round the twist. Sharks, Bulldogs next up at Shark Park. $1.26 to the Sharks, $3.70 to the Doggies. Line 11.5, over under 44.5. Last game of the round, Rando. What's happening?
Obviously, the Sharks, they have a dominant record over the Dogs. They're also not missing too many players. In fact, Royce Hunt is the only out, and that's through injury. While also the Dogs, they missed the Fox, so there is a bit of stealth missed on their left-hand side. As I mentioned, Sharks won 10 of their last 12 games against the Bulldogs. They've also averaged over 30 points in their across their last 6 Sunday games. Then you got Nico, who will be playing a bit of fuck you style of footy here. He has won all 5 games against the Dogs, so I really do like the Sharks 13 plus here, but I don't mind a Bulldogs try scorer. We wrangled in a Stags technically last time out because of that right centre bet. The right centre seems to score a lot against the Sharks. In fact, they've scored the most tries against them. So Jakey Avarillo isn't a bad shout. He's scored 2 tries in his last 4 games against the Sharks, and he's also scored 3 tries in his last 3 Sunday games as well. So he could be a shout for the Bulldogs on that right-hand side.
Love it, love it, love it. I've gone Sharks 13 plus. Obviously, as Rando said, they haven't lost many players at all. In fact, it's just Royce Hunt. And I've got Mulatalo 2 plus, 541. It's not a Sebo 2-legger, but it kind of is because it's shortish, but it's like you'll look back on that and you'll go, well, obviously they bet him 13 plus. It's the Dogs that fucking, And then obviously Mulatalo. Not obviously, but it wouldn't shock you if Mulatalo scores 2. So it's a bankable 541 that you can take home to mum and dad. That's where my head's at. Sebo?
Yep, not bad. Don't mind it. I'm somewhat similar. I'm taking Sharks 13 plus. Like, look, it's paying $1.90 that leg, but you just got to take it at this point in time, considering the Sharks haven't heard the loss of Roycey. I mean, that's not the biggest loss. No offense, Royce, but and Nico's going to be wanting to have a big game. Mulatalo always hits. So in terms of your bet, you're getting those odds for 1 try because he's guaranteed 1. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also going Katoa just because I don't go on him too often, but Mulatalo always hits for me. Whether the bet comes off, but it's just nice to have not a double ender, but a double side, like both wingers. So 398.
That's almost like going into your asshole, and it's 2 things. You know?
Golden eagle.
Yeah, it's more golden eagle than it is
a squawking eagle.
A squawking eagle.
Yeah.
That's 5 legs.
Yeah.
The squawking eagle is, or a golden eagle. Basically, you're getting
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, sorry, I get you. Less a double ender is what we're sort of looking at.
Listen, I'm going to back in Nico. I'm backing him in here. I think that the Sharks.
Anytime?
No, I'm just saying.
So not really.
I'm backing in Nico to take the boys to a big fucking win. Sharks 13 plus. Nico plays the house down. And sets up a lot of the boys in the side, Kennedy, Nickera, and Mulatalo. If they don't go out there and hump the Bulldogs, who are fucking pure shit this weekend, off the back of being wronged brutally by Freddie, then maybe Freddie was right. You know what I mean? This is the perfect opportunity to go, fuck you, Freddie. And I'm hoping he does. $12.04.
Lot to happen. Eddie losing the plot. We go to the Lippy dribbler. He's gone Sharks 13 plus into Nico 602. It's okay. Again,
Nico
at least
doesn't really score.
Well, at least he had the temerity to back him after saying he was backing him. You know what I mean? You said you're backing Nico and you didn't have him.
Well, if they're winning 13 plus, then
said
Nico needs to have a good game.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he gets injured. Quickly though, before we do go on, now obviously you may not be up for this, Eddie, because you're not necessarily made of the right stuff. But you were bullish on the Tigers there. I was wondering if you want to do a side bet.
Yep. Fucking oath.
Just a win.
Just a win.
Just a win.
Love it.
Terrific. That was the easiest fucking $50 I've ever made. I'm already factoring that into my budget. So, like, that's one. That's money in the bank. That's now two of the dumbest bets of all time. I've just made him do it twice. That's rugby league, though, punters and dribblers. US Open now, punters and dribblers. It is on. Where's it on, Seb?
Los Angeles Country Club, which it's like a par 70. I don't think it's like super long, but the US Open is the one where they just grow the fuck out of the roughs, graduated roughs, and they firm up the greens. So it's just like, at least from recent memories, like alphas win it, right? Like your Rams, your Kepkas, like it's like a tough man's challenge. So
that makes me feel good about my bet.
You haven't picked a man, though.
Me? Yeah, but I'll get to I'll say who I'm picking. Well, who I'm picking is, I just went to look for some odds because you've got, like, obviously love Scotty Chef, but the guy's paying $7. Like, it is ridiculous. Betting on a major and anything like even $10, $12, it's too much. So I've gone to too little. I've gone to someone who is an alpha maybe in body shape, but in mind he's a bit of a like nerd, but he can hit them big, and that's Bryson, because I think at the last major he was paying like $100 and something and he finished like T10 or something.
But wouldn't he be more likely than anyone to find the rough because he tries to hit so big and he's a bit of a beater?
Yeah, but when he's in there, he can just fucking get it out.
I just feel like you said that alphas win and you picked a beater in Bryson. That's what I.
Yeah, but he's like an alpha to some people. But he's paying $60, so I'm willing to take, like, the alphas are all priced at like $10 and under, where I'm trying to find someone who's like a beater, but he's like had alpha qualities at one point in his life, and that's Bryson, and he's won the US Open before. I think he's even won 2. You know what I mean? So it's like he can win it.
He's won 2 US Opens.
How many?
No way.
No, he's won 1 at least. Bryson.
Well, while you're looking that up and trying to justify your weird selection, I have gone Dustin Johnson. Now, did I know that it took alphas to fucking win the US Open in LA Country Club? No, I didn't.
DJ's got a bit of alpha.
DJ's got some alpha.
He's got more
in
alpha
him.
about him than Bryson.
DJ's alpha, mate. Yeah. DJ's alpha. So I just gravitated to an alpha for whatever reason. There's a lot of people to pick from. And I went with DJ, and there's no other reason other than I liked it. I saw it and I liked it. He's paying $31, $10, and $5 dues for win top 5 and top 10. Fuck top 20, baby. Going for it all. That's a Bootz bet. Eddie, what are you doing?
I'm on Hideki. I think he came 4th last time at the US Open. On his day, Hideki's out for his fuck. Big fan of his work. That's why they threw so much money at him, because they know the guy's, he's all business time, baby. $29 for Hideki. 450 top 10, 250 top 20. Hideki's my guy. Big fan of his work.
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't see him. I can't see
Hideki at all either.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect. I also don't see Hideki as an alpha. I think he's good, but I don't see him as like an alpha.
Yeah.
And neither do you, Eddie. As much as you're going to try and spin it, I know you don't either.
Tomo doesn't watch any golf
I
and
know
doesn't see
you
it.
don't either.
I got the last Bootz winner, so clearly I get a little bit more than you.
You do not see Hideki as an alpha. You're a liar if you say you do.
I do.
Lippy going Max Homer at 23, 375, and 20. That'd be for 10 and 20.
Yep.
And that's our US Open. Now, Rando, are you ready?
Yes, ready to go.
Get into it, bro.
Well, I'll start with the best bet. Obviously, the last one got voided with Cody Walker being out, but this one I'm going with the Sharks and the Bulldogs game. As I mentioned, the Sharks, they average over 30-plus points in the last 6 games they played on a Sunday. So I'm taking Sharks to be the only team to score 20-plus points. And I am taking with me Ronaldo Mulatalo to score anytime. He scored 19 tries in 19 games at PointsBet. So do like him. You put those two together. Cronulla Sharks to be the only team to score 20 points. Ronaldo Mulatalo to score any time, and that's paying $2.52. Now for the Hot Boys, we're going for the best try-scoring rates by position against teams. As I mentioned, we're starting with Kyle Felt. The right winger has scored the most tries against the Panthers. The Cowboys right winger, needless to say, has scored 8 tries in the last 4 games. Then we've got Junior Pauga in the Roosters Knights. The right winger has scored the most tries against the Knights, so I'm chucking him in. The Roosters have also scored in the last 6 games that Joseph Manu has played fullback to that right winger. Then for the Parramatta-Manly game, Manly have leaked the most tries to right wingers, so I am chucking Shawnee Russell in there anytime. Just to finish it off, we're going with the Cronulla Sharks and Bulldogs game. I am taking the fullback, Will Kennedy, because the fullback has scored the most tries against the Bulldogs, and the fullback has also scored the most tries against the West Tigers. So chuck in Nick Meaney there.
Not bad at all. Time for some unit scooping of units. I've gone, I don't even know if these are favourites, just the teams I think are going to win. When I put these bets on, try scorers weren't available because obviously the teams had just come out. I'm almost happy about that because it's saved me from myself. Panthers, Roosters, Manly, Tigers, Sharks all to win 31-47. Fuck, Tigers! Well,
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm hedging, dude.
Work bet
I'm hedging.
That's the work bet.
I'm hedging, dude. Watch me. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose.
That's work bet all time. I just made heaps money. You're a fucking idiot.
I'm now guaranteed, aren't I?
Okay.
I'm now guaranteed.
Okay.
That's tough.
Way to look tough. Way to look dumb. Miniazaki.
Tough.
Miniazaki. Panthers -4.5. Knights -5.5. Eagles +4.5. Tigers +6.5. Sharks -11.5. At least I'm consistent. Sebo.
Look, this might be like the season over here. If I hit this 58-31 bet, it is so simple. Panthers win. Knights 1-12. Roosters are shit, but they're not like bottom of the ladder shit. Manly win. Storm 1-12. Maybe they pump them 13 plus, but they're going to win. But Storm 1-12. Sharks 13 plus. 58-31.
I reckon the Tigers stop you.
Dude, Tigers. Fucking Tigers. I've tasted my medicine and it is bitter. What's the Lippy triplet doing?
He's got Homer win and then Hovland and Morikawa T20, 128-58. He really likes Max Homer.
He's going bold.
Yeah, he's big Homer guy.
Big
Don't read into that.
No. 10 to 10,000. I coughed water on the table. 10 to 10,000. Who's on Friday?
Lippy. Oh, sorry, Rando.
Friday, I'll take...
Let's leave it. Let's have him chance to think.
Kyle Felt, let's go.
Kyle.
Love it. Saturday, Sebo.
Are you before me?
I got Jason Saab.
Yep. And then I got Meaney.
Yep.
And I've got Mulatalo for the Sharkies on Sunday.
Boom. That's us for another week. Punters and Dribblers, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much to Neds for their support. Head to Neds, private group, About Even, secret passcode, Dribbler. If you want to join in the fun, if you are going to have a punt, obviously do it responsibly. See you out there on the weekend on the punts. Bye-bye.